Hey guys, Dark Humility here with an insane bloodring craft session. 250 plus bloodrings, soul perfect ruby, jewel, and magic ring. That recipe, 250 plus times, starts now. And then afterwards, we're going to do rerolls of level 91 GCs, which can roll 41 to 45 life, and they can roll an additional skill on top of that. With 1300 PGems, with those kinds of GCs, we will do all of that today. Blood rings in PD2 are even stronger than in vanilla. Believe it or not, I believe they can roll up to 10 strength on the base stat, whereas they can only roll up to 5 on the base stat in vanilla. I also believe it's possible some of the other stats are a bit buffed on it too, like the life, but I'm not sure. It might just be the base strength. We'll find out for sure though. I know for sure you can get a 30 strength ring with the new system here. So what you're gonna want to do before you start crafting, if you want to gamble all of your bases, you need blue rings, not rare ones. If you want to gamble all your rings, you can. You can. Remember guys, you can always catch me at www.twitch.tv/darkhumility if you want to watch this and more live content, usually 7 days a week. Diablo 2. Let's go. Alright guys, so I'm going to gamble my rings because picking them up and putting them on mules is far more tiresome. And I like to do them all at once, not one at a time. So it's a lot easier just to hoard gold and to gamble. Now we have a edge bow, which you're definitely going to want to use that whenever you're gambling. It reduces vendor prices by 15%. That includes when you buy map rerolling orbs even. It also includes gambling, not just normal vendor prices like potions. Of course, I'm also using this new Geeds I just found yesterday. 14% vendor reduction. 40 MF and enormous amounts of gold finds. So, overall, I'm pretty satisfied here. I think 29% vendor reduction is close enough. You can get up to 30, so we're losing 1% here, but that's okay. We're not 1%ers here, so we're fine. We got this. Today, we're just gonna gamble an F ton of rings. And then we're gonna slam them after we're done crafting. So you gotta gamble them, you gotta weed out the ones that aren't magic, you gotta craft them, and then after we're done crafting all the rings, we're gonna slam them all here at the end. Then we're gonna have a mass re-rolling session today as well. You can also expect another amulet session. We already did one of those. I'm a big fan of crafting, especially blood rings and caster amulets. It's definitely something you can say for some of the other recipes, but that's what we enjoy the most up in here. Alright. Seb Simon says, how you doing? You better get those immersion Geed amounts ready, cause Geed might get some good feed today. 110%. Oh. That's actually somewhat passable.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this.
I might want to actually hold on to this one. Sometimes you just gamble a good ring straight up or a good amulet straight up, and that's the dream, of course. But that one's pretty decent. I mean, it's dual res. I mean, dual leech. It's got AR. It's got a little bit of a MEF too. Pretty decent amount. What's up, Black Knight? How you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cold Xana Day. You guys are ready. Alright, so almost done checking all the rings to see if they're magic. Alright, round 1. So in round 1 we're gonna have let me see if I can do math right now. 73 rings. 73 rings. 73 rings. Okay. So if I just use the Control Shift right click and just stock them in the cube, as you can see, we are stocked to the brim with perfect rubies and soul runes and random jewels. I have more random jewels than a mule. I'm gonna have to export them at some point here, probably after this first session, and then we're gonna have to reload and get more. If we craft some decent ones, which means like dual leech, high of 1 leech, strong other stats like AR, res, FCR would be amazing with a ton of life and strength, things like that. We definitely crafted some real winter rings last ladder. I haven't done rings yet this ladder, so let's begin. I will try to show them all off at the end before we start another session. So we're going to keep going until we run out of materials, pretty much. On that note, chat, does anybody have any spare jewels, like random jewels? Do you have any, like, somewhere between, like, 25 and 30 random jewels, by any chance, just lying around that you don't need? I can always, I can give you a decent rune for them. Death Be Proud has everything, man. Death Be Proud is just on top of this. Yeah, I might need this. I might need a little bit more so we can hit maybe like 280 blood rings. I'll have to get my own jewels and more gold for the Emmy session we want to do pretty soon. But for that, we're just going to farm trap again with the barb, so that's not going to be a big deal. Alright, man, alright. Well, you know how I do it, man. You know how we do it. So after this today, after we do all the rerolling and crafting madness, we'll make the Poison Necromancer guide, actually, because a lot of people have been asking about that. And tomorrow we're going to make a brand new Amazon. I don't know if she has 100% of her gear yet. I'll try to acquire it tonight or tomorrow night before I actually gear her up fully. See if we can get a decent amount of stuff. So one thing to note about blood rings is, once again, the recipe is jewel, soul rune, perfect ruby, and blue ring. You don't need as high of a character level with the rings as you need with the amulets to gamble and craft with them on the same character. To do that without having to weed out any eye level 87 or lower Ammys, you'd have to be 93. For rings, it's not the same problem. This character's 88 and I'm just fine. As a matter of fact, you can get all the good stats, I think, at level 82. So you don't have to be a very high level for rings. The problem with rings is that they require... Oh, dang. The problem with rings is that they require... Soul rune. Soul runes are, you know, once you get into hell and start mapping, they definitely drop a decent amount, but it's not the most common rune in the world. I found myself finding like almost triple the number of perfect rubies as soul runes, so perfect rubies are not the problem. One thing to note is that when you roll a blood ring, they automatically roll life leech, strength, and life. On vanilla, they roll 10 to 20 life, 3 to 5 strength, and 1 to 3 life leech as the base 3 stats, before it then rolls another 3 to 4 stats on top of that. In this mod, it works pretty much the same way, but they actually buffed blood rings. As crazy as that sounds, because I've found some ones that were insane that I've used on vanilla. I think that they buff this item a little bit. It's pretty crazy. I believe the strength now is 5 to 10. Pretty big buff on that. I don't know if they buff the other stats, but we can see pretty much. It'll be pretty apparent. But since it rolls those stats, that means you can get up to 60 life on them. 30 strength in PD2. And you can still get up to 11 life leech. Using other base stats that roll on top of the stats that the rings are guaranteed to roll because they're blood rings. So, without further ado, we are almost ready to present the rings. We showed off a few there on accident. I got lost a bit. See if there's any real winners today. Check it out. Maybe somebody will do some investigating. Check the video, the VOD, to see if they saw what happened with any of the other rings, but we'll see. Alright, Death be proud. I'll take an infusion of jewels if you want it. I could use more jewels. I need tons of jewels. If I have that many jewels, I can actually drain myself of soul runes, which is impressive. Almost 300 soul runes, so that's the issue here. What's up, Tony Jack? How you doing? By the way, Throwbarb is a really good build devil dude for sure. You bricked a lot of good items. You bricked Lenimo? Nice, I bricked that too this season. That's funny. Brick it, man. Well, it's partial crafting day, partial rerolling, and partial gameplay day, but yeah. Slamfest lasts all day though when we do that. Alright, here we go. First set of 73 rings. Now, 73 rings. So, what I'm going to want to do here is insert hell mode. And sell them for more money so I can get more of my money back. Alright. So this one's just like a 7 life leech ring. Notice how the base strength on it rolled 10 though. See, that can't even happen in vanilla like that, so that's very impressive. It did roll double life leech though, which is interesting. That's kind of cool. Fortunately though, it's not a very good ring. Most of these rings are probably just going to be garbage. This one's another pretty good example of garbage. Leech isn't very high. This one, the leech is very high, but has like no AR or other stats, so it's a little problematic. This one rolled 10 FCR, but it rolled like garbage strength and life, and then it rolled a whole bunch of just garbagey stats, so that one's no good. I can kind of just go through them as I go through them, but so this one's a 26 strength ring. That's actually kind of cool. I might keep that just for buffing, but I don't know. Or strength bugging, sorry, not buffing. That one's no good. That one's no good. Ooh, that one's pretty good actually. Alright, we're gonna keep that one. That one gets 20 F0. That one would be pretty solid. It's got some dual res action going on with some life and a decent amount of strength on it. That's not bad. 10 FCR rings in general. I would say I'm going to keep probably most of them, but until we do the slams, so we'll see though. That one, not so much. This one got dual stats, but the life leech is just so terribly low. Definitely going to want more than that. That one's got nothing. So most of these are going to be garbage, of course, just like with any other crafting, you know, most of the time. It's not going to be very good. This one actually rolled pretty good, though. 46 AR, 10 life leech, 10 strength.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this fuss.
26 lightning res. So that's double life leech. That's really high life, and it's max strength roll on the base roll. It also rolled lightning res on top of that. That's not bad at all. Like that's pretty solid. That's also pretty good too. It's okay. Dual leech is usually going to be a good thing. I mean, it could have rolled higher dual leech, but it's okay. That is interesting. I'm gonna say no though. It's got no AR. Usually when you get high life leech rings, you want at least some AR in it, I think. Quiet Meow Design, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cult of Xana and Thursday. So yeah, it's... There's a lot of things we can roll if we slam them though, of course. Ooh, hello. That one's another pretty solid one. 10 FCR, 10 Strength, 14 Life, 14 Cold Res. Definitely gonna want to at least slam that one. It's not insane, but... There's another 10 FCR one with Lightning Res, Life, Strength, and Replenish Life. Once again, those 10 FCR ones, they can roll 20 FCR, so they're pretty nice. Ooh, hello. Hello. That's really nice, actually. 10 FCR, 53 Life, 6 Strength, 9 Lightning Res. That might be the best ring we've seen so far in this pile here. That one has some potential, actually, because both of the res have... Well... maybe. We'll see. I might end up throwing it out later. That's got dual leech on it, but it's... I think it's pretty cruddy overall. Yeah, I don't know. It's... I think this one just was a lot higher of a quality. But then again, it has AR on it. Maybe. Yeah, most of these are going to be pretty cruddy, though. You can kind of tell just as soon as you look at them. Crap Leech, no FCR. Crap Leech, no FCR is pretty much a dead giveaway that it's going to be crap. Because those are the main stats that you're looking for on these rings. So if you see, like, no dual leech, high leech, no AR like this, though, that's not high enough leech, though. There's a lot of them like that. Thank you, Tony Jack. How you doing? Ooh, that's another nice one. Dang, I've noticed, dude, that strength buff they gave the blood rings in this mod in season 2 is pretty nuts. Like, you're getting so many like 10 strength rings at 10 FCR, which is pretty crazy. Also, life and fire res and gold find. That one has potential for sure. Wow, that is a huge amount of strength with a lot of AR, but that life is really junky. I don't think that's gonna do it. It definitely had the makings of a good ring, though. See, this one rolled 20 MF, which is insane, but where are the other stats, right? Kind of chilling. You gotta have a lot of things, I think. Ooh, so remember what I said about low life leech? Normally that's gonna be garbage, but in this case we almost rolled perfect AR, over 20 strength, quad res, pretty nice life. That might actually be fine. So depending on the corruption, you can actually maybe get that one to be pretty good. But in order for a low life leech ring to be good, it pretty much has to have all the other stats solid, just like on this ring. Pretty much has to be like 100%. Pretty good rings so far. Yeah, not bad. Ooh, that's another nice one. It's double AR, life leech, life strength, minimum damage. Okay, that's... Oh, wow. Really? 52 life, 10 all res. If that had FCR, imagine rolling that with 20, man. Insane. That being said, though, we have some decent slam candidates coming up. That one, okay, that one's... Wait, what? 11 life leech? That's actually kind of absurd. But yeah, it rolled maximum life leech. Ah, this ring is just so out of place, though. It's like... It doesn't have any of the stats you want for the, a life leech AR ring. It has 9 strength on it. And then it has, like... Yeah, I don't know. I think I might be good on that one, actually, because... Yeah, it doesn't have it... Like, it also rolled really bad, like, life. The strength rolled okay, but... Yeah, think I'm fine on that one. It needs something else to work on it. It's just kind of scuffed. Okay. All right. Yeah, too bad it was garbage. I know. That's that's a theme with these rings sometimes. Quote unquote. Too bad they were garbage, right? Too bad they were garbage. Yeah, you're gonna find yourself thinking that a lot. So we got a gambled one there too. At the end, we're gonna show off all the rings, of course, and then we're gonna slam them, and then we'll show the final results. But that is the first session done there, so that's nice. Alright, Death Be Proud. If you want, come to game.
Good day.
Also, I have 7 gold. That's not too bad, actually. Come to game Toad 46. Toad 46, password 556. Toad 46, password 556, if you want to drop some jewels. Also, I'm going to need to transfer some more. Well, I don't know about transferring more jewels. It depends. Yes! Alright, I have jewels too. I have billions of them, but I need more. Because I have almost 300 rings. Let me know if you want anything for this garbage, man. Is that all you got? Alright, sounds good. That actually might be enough, to be honest. That might be exactly what we want. Don't you dare disorganize the jewel mule. Sorry, man. Can you slam those rings too? You can, and that's the crazy part. You might have noticed that my Hammerdin's Ammy and my Meteor Sork's Ammy are both like +1 skill Ammys that got slammed. Yeah, it's pretty nutty what you can do to some of these crafts. Crafting is very much worth it in this mod, especially in the late game when you get Blood Rings and Caster Ammys. In the early game, Caster items of all types and safety items of all types are very good on hardcore, and blood items in a lot of cases as well, especially for mercenary gear. But overall, it's pretty solid. Alrighty, sounds good, man. 8H. Right. Yeah, it's close high lifestyle. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because we got many more crafts to do, and then we're going to do some rerolling. And then it's on to making the guide for the Poison Necro. But yes, tomorrow at 1 p.m. PST will be roll call start for 8-man hardcore push. If you're not here exactly, then you might still be able to get in, but it helps if you are here ASAP. If you want to do a hardcore push with the community tomorrow. Last time it was a disaster on last Sunday. It's only been 5 days since then now, and 6 days as of tomorrow, so let's hope we don't have another complete meltdown and lose everybody pretty much. That'd be very tragic. What are we making today? We are making blood rings. Around 280 of them. I was gonna say like just above 250, but Death Be Proud's generous rand jewel donation, because I never have enough apparently. We can now make a grand total of about, I don't know, 285 blood rings, I think. We've already made just over 70, so we can do this like 3 more times here. 3 more huge rounds of rings here. It's pretty nutty. And making my last class, the Xana.
can't carry me.
Is on this ladder will be concerning herself with
I am overburdened.
bow builds pretty much
I am
exclusively.
overburdened.
How you doing, man? What is it? Alright, Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get some more jewels, and then we're gonna go gamble some more rings, and then on to the second round. That first round was pretty solid, especially one of those 10 FCR rings. Getting over 50 life on a 10 FCR ring definitely feels pretty good. I'd say it's pretty decent so far overall, though. Yeah, I know, you mentioned that the other day, man. I don't know, man. I feel like you should request to appeal. They have an appeal system, don't they? Almost certainly they do. And such a cool player to have around. I don't want them just to lock you out for no reason. You went through the appeal system. Are you sure they didn't confuse you with someone else? Or did you actually do something? What did you do, though? That's pretty hardcore. Banned for being too cool? Possibly. I don't know. Well, whatever, anyway. Let's enjoy this crafting session, I guess. It's in gambling and slamming and re-rolling. We're gonna have it all today, but you know, we're gonna have another one of these pretty soon, probably. Maybe not with re-rolls, but with the amulets, because I can almost make over 250 amulets already again. So amulets are coming. Alright, so yeah, you can see the gamble costs on the rings being reduced by the edge and the geeds once again. Second round, let's see if we can get even bigger winners this time. If not, we can get some rings that might at least be interesting to slam. Rings that have large potential for greatness. Oh no. What kind of things have you engaged in? Do you talk on any of the forums? Do you do anything? Well, I mean, I don't know, at least you can play Pluggy, right? I mean, they banned you from the servers, but, you know, they can't prevent you from playing the mod, right? Finding buyers, yeah, well, you know, the hardcore community is nice and tight-knit, for sure. What's the chances of gambling a unique ring? 1 in 2,000. 1 in 1,000 for set rings, 1 in 10 for rare rings, and then the other, like, 89% plus are blue rings, so... thank you for that question, actually, because YouTube might be asking the same question. By the way, that goes for any item that you gamble. It's always the same odds. It doesn't have to be rings. In this case, though, we're crafting blood rings, so I need blue rings. Blue rings. Blue rings, indeed. Yep. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just going to sell all of the yellow ones back to him. Back to Master Geed, our Lord and Savior, who will dispose of our misfortunate items and misfortunate rolls. No questions asked. Kappa. No. Xana is our Lord and Savior, guys. Xana, not Geed. Ooh. Interesting. That one...
No! Hylena!
I don't know, man. That one, I think the MF is too low. Yeah, if the MF was like 20 plus, I would keep it just for shits and giggles, but yeah, I don't know. Yo, Lil Zader. Bro. Lil Zader, we have 9 months as a member of Xana's Attack Squad, the Ghost of the Machine, the Arcane Disciples. Chat, spam those eyes of Xana in the chat. We have another sub baby tonight. So, In Prayer told me last night I have to name these things. What are we gonna name it, Lil Zader? What do we gotta name it? What the heck? Is this a... Oh, no. I didn't see it. I thought it would have been life. Time to slam. Oh, wow.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Interesting. Huh. Maybe we keep that? I don't know. Really high stat generation rings. Okay. Azure Ahai. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cult of Xander's Day. Alright, guys. Back to the crafting action. Let's get it. Alright, the machine has restarted. Alright. Last round was pretty good, actually. Like, I don't have many complaints about that round at all. Can we name the baby Bertha? 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 Bertha, okay. Alright. Alright, I'll humor you. Big Bertha. The baby. The sub-baby. Morning, Mardiva. How you doing? Eyes bleeding. What makes your eyes bleed? All these jewels everywhere. Why are your eyes bleeding, man? The ring's not organized? Oh my god, dude. You know what? After they're done being manufactured today, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. Does that sound okay? You should have enough gold to do all this today. I don't know. I think we have plenty of gold still. We'll have more gold coming for the next round with Ammys. We'll do Ammys again. The rings need to be organized. Well, you know what? You haven't organized the jewels, but you're probably out of points to having organized the rings, so rip. You literally Googled the worst baby names. Are you serious? The worst baby names? Bertha is a pretty bad baby name. Does anyone actually name their kid Bertha? Oh god. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thought it was just a joke. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. Oh, we got some Eyes of Xana in the chat. We need to do better than that, though, I think. I think we need to get some more Eyes of Xana in there. Or Mantle Zader. Where you at, Xana's attack squad? Where you at? He's out of points. Damn. You used all your points for sound effects. Oh, rip. You know, we have a lot more point redemptions now too. That's the irony in all this. Alright, big stuff. After we craft these all, you guys can probably guess what these shards are here for. Yeah. Luckily, after the last Slam Fest, we've been fortunate enough to obtain a decent number of these here. What the heck is this? All right, and then we'll see if we get some real winners today. You know, it's a long time in the making. Picking up all these soul runes takes a long time. Buying them is probably pretty difficult because I don't know how many people have like 300 soul runes on them. So, especially on hardcore. I mean, softcore it's always easier to purchase things because there's just more people playing, but Point Farmers, Commission Gang. What are we doing? We're running amok, man. What's up, Torsa? How you doing? Fender. Oh, we finally got a level 96 ring. You can tell because it's red and I'm level 88. Dang it. Level 96 ring has finally been crafted. So I noticed I'm not getting as many of them, and it's probably because my character level is somewhat lower on this character. Cool thing about rings, once again, is you don't need a super high character level, unlike with amulets. Amulets need that +2 class skills, which requires an average of level 90 between the item level and the character level when you craft. But these 82 and higher is all you need, and this character's 88, so he's fun. Alright. Did you ever finish the Grail? I am missing a Tyrell's Might, Zader, that's it. Couldn't find it, man. I got to like 12 Templars on my standard Grail and like 17 overall. I don't know what's going on, I just can't find that item. I'll continue to try to some extent, but I don't know, man. Mr. Llama actually completed his Grail recently, though. He got a Ming Songs lesson, which is pretty cool. Finally got it. I mean, I can find that item, but materials, forget about it. Forget about it, man. Wow, look at that. Pretty solid. 150 AR. The only problem is that it has like no FCR at all. I don't know. Alright, so once again, most of them are going to be crap. Kind of looking for those high life leech with other stats, or at least just a lot of other very strong stats, or FCR. FCR is amazing, so it's a very high life leech ring. That is It has some AR too. That might be okay. Ooh. I kind of like that one, actually. Decent life leech, pretty decent life. Max strength on the base roll. AR, maximum damage. And yeah, I have confirmed it, that they buffed the strength on it slightly. So instead of 3 to 5, it's 5 to 10 base strength, which is pretty tasty, not gonna lie. I don't know about that one. No. No. Nope. Nope. No. No. Ooh. Actually, that's kind of nice. Okay. That's a ton of mana. What the heck? Nope. Oh, that one's not bad, actually. It's a 10 FCR ring with max strength base roll, almost max life base roll. Replenish life and mana per kill. Alright. That's okay. You can definitely try to roll 20 FCR on that, maybe, or something else. Huh. Well, I'll be. It's pretty good, actually. Kind of. It's got a lot of life on it, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, lightning sword's really nice. You have a lightning sword, man? Sweet. Ooh. Dual leech, AR, strength, life, fighter is gold find. Okay. Gold find has some decent potential in these rings because you can use it on like a gold find barb, especially if you get some like AR, dual leech, and things like that. That ring has some potential for the slam. Ooh, that's very interesting. Huh. It just rolled like 10 FCR with max strength, max life, and then it rolled like a bunch of other junky stats, like some extra life leech, then like a little bit of mana and MDR, alright. But it's good enough, I'd say. Some of these rings are dangerously close to what you'd want here. Oh, that's not bad, actually. Okay. You never do know. Ooh, 5 all res. Okay. Oh, there it is. There she goes, bye-bye. Ugh. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe. I don't know. Not quite. Oh. Okay. Dang, too bad you can't have like teleporting jab zones like on vanilla, because that's actually really solid. That being said, though, it's even without the mana leech stat, that could be a nice FCR ring. Look at that nice dual res strength life. Nice. All right. That's got close, I guess.
I can't carry anymore.
You make waves on the floor by walking on it. Do I? Is that what happens in D2R, or is that what happens on here? Alright, so we got a pretty decent number of, like, I'd say, solid life Life FCR rings. I'd still say the most impressive one was from the last round, though. Where is it? Definitely got some pretty solid ones, though. Oh yeah, this one. 10 FCR, Lightning Res, 53 life, 6 strength. That's pretty impressive indeed. Make waves, you know why? Because Gold's trying to steal it, man. I mean, Geed's trying to steal it. He's just trying to steal it, man. I don't get what he's saying. Is it because of the Thorns aura? Ooh. Geed, you bastard. Okay. No, it's a nice ring, though. I mean, some of these rings are better than some of these other rings, right? But yeah, they all have potential, though, with the Worldstone shards, right? We can definitely make them pretty solid. Oh, I see. I'm making a wave. Auto gold pickup when you're full. Oh. Is attack speed slam good on a razor tail? Yes, definitely. You're only using that on attack speed based builds, so that's going to be potentially insane. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Alright, guys. Do we still have gold? That's the question. No. But if I drain it, I'm going to want to drain it off the other characters first. Alright. More jewels, chat. More jewels. And then, time to do some more. So, how many have we done so far? That should be 146 so far. Okay, so that's a lot. But we got plenty more. Wow. Wait, what? What character is that, Mordiva? Level 32. 7 to 14k? What did you make? What does that much damage? Oh, Charger. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, charge damage values get pretty insane. Charge has always been known as a really strong dueling ability because I think in vanilla you can even get to like 35k charge, I think. It's pretty insane. That's on a high level dueler, so I guess for a low level dueler. F Insight Lance. Well, yeah, what are you using at that level? Are you using like a... I mean, for a two, you gotta use like a two-hander, right? I'm a little curious, at least.
I am overburdened.
Alright, here we go.
I am overburdened.
Wow. So, are you gonna duel people in hardcore? Who's gonna duel you, man? I mean, I guess I can kill you before you ever reach them, but you do so much damage, it's probably gonna die. The one shot is real, man. Alright, back to the gambling board. D2R, they have a reroll button for the gambling screen. I don't really know how much time that actually saves, but probably about half a second per gamble. That's not bad. I'm wanting to get into some LLD on PD2. Well, there's a lot of people that do it. People have been asking me for like lower level jewels. F-upped unique pike. Wait, Tanner Gorod is actually like one of the better items. Interesting. Yo, did they change it for this mod? I don't know what they changed it to. Oh, you rolled 4 socket deadly strike puzzle. Wow. Maybe that's why you made the character again, huh? Low level dueling tourney on software? Yeah. Oh show. Alright chat, we're almost got our rings again. Dueling was a solution. I mean, it's more like, you know, people made their own content, right? They made grailing, dueling, because the base game doesn't have, like, a ton of, I guess you could say, crazy, like, late game content besides, you know, running farm areas. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I'm a big fan of, I'm a big fan of them just choosing like their own, like people choosing their own content essentially. That's kind of interesting. Is that worth slamming though? No. Not really. Yeah, then you get attack speed jewels at level 31. That's right. Ooh. It's okay. I wonder how many rings we're actually going to slam here at the end. Okay. Alright, let's go. Alright, gotta make sure we don't have any rare rings, because once again, those do not work. Ruby, blue ring, random jewel, soul ring. The jewel does not matter. I like to emphasize that. Only the character level and the item level of the rings matter. A lot of myths about crafting. If you craft with facets, it might help. I mean, sometimes, you know, it might do something good for you once, but you know, a sample size of 1 does not make a statistic. So, if you do that over a long period of time, you'll notice there's no difference. Game doesn't care what jewel you use. You could use anything from a blue jewel to a facet. The ring has to be blue, though. It has to be magic. 100%. Diablo 1 was only hardcore, though. Yanni, Stone of Jordans yet? Not doing that. I mean, I found a Stone of Jordan that's in Slamfest now, but not doing that. Not that, Massa. Your girlfriend would be the kind of person to craft with only facets for good luck. I mean, you know, superstition's fun and all, but you know, you don't have to. If you craft with garbage facets, it's not like it's, you know, it's not like it's harming anybody, but you don't have to though. Some people are like, I can only craft when I get really good jewels, and it's like, no. You don't have to do that. Didn't he use a ruby jewel of fervor? I don't know, actually. Yes, it's funny how data works, you know. Our brains, even if we can see the data right in front of us, even if we can understand it, which is already a pretty high threshold. Heck, even I know this. Even I come up with conspiracy theories sometimes, and I know for a fact it's completely bogus, but man, it's motivated thinking, man. Your brain really wants to believe it because it helps explain away why something bad or otherwise insanely good is happening to you. It's something that you can't explain. Brain's always looking for patterns where there are none and explanations where there are none, except for the fact that there is, you know, RNG. So, you know, if you have one good thing happen to you, or maybe a couple like in a row, you might think, oh my goodness, maybe it's that one thing I did, but you know. Yeah, even though it's BS. Yeah, exactly. And, like I said, it's motivated thinking. It's very strong. I studied this a lot in psychology. It's fascinating stuff, to be fair. Yeah, fascinating, but all right, session. All right, here we go. Round number 3. I think we might be able to do one more solid round, pretty much, and then we're done. And then we can slam the best of the best. Let's see what happens. Now, blood rings without slams have a lot of potential. Like, I've actually found some blood rings today that are pretty solid, even without slams taken into account. But when slams are added into the mix, you can get some pretty absurd rings. This is why there's almost no excuse not to craft when you can on PD2. Now, I know, still gotta pick up the materials, but the stacking makes it a lot easier. And I know, you know, it can be efficient not to, but you craft so many good things. I've noticed that, you know, crafts sell pretty well too, so long as they're actually like solid. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Looks trustworthy. Oh yeah. Bricks are memoryless. Think about it. Do you remember taking the brick to your head? Oh, Mirage. Mirage says the darndest things. Sup, Bert, my man? Champion. Sup, Bert, this. What's up, man? Sup, Bert, thank you so much for launching a Xana attack on the stream. How was your stream, man? You walked into a 280-ish ring craft session into a ring slam fest. Or we just slam them. We're not going to guess on every single one or anything. We're just going to slam them. We have slam fest for a reason when we do that. But Then we're gonna go do 1,300 PGems of rerolls. Hope you guys enjoy it. Pretty crazy stuff going on here. Alright, so... Wow. Still a lot of jewels. Alright, let's go check out this third round here. We've already done almost 250 rings. Crafting stream? Yeah, for a little bit. And then we're going to do a guide on the poison necros, so it's not just crafting today. Alright. Rings. Like, most people don't bother, but I just collect jewels and runes and gems anyway. Yeah, I mean... Well, you know, a lot of, if you play like a traps and you move faster than the monsters can die, and obviously items like that aren't going to drop on your loot filter. But if you pick them all up, like... This is why having super high efficiency, like maybe 3 to 5 minutes faster, might be a bit overrated. Because you miss all those other items too, like, I don't know. It might not be a... If you actually make use of all the materials you're finding, it might actually not be that crazy of a difference between, like, A and S tier builds and what you're actually getting out of it. Clearing speed's overrated. A little bit. A little bit. I mean, there's... Clear speed's insane, don't get me wrong, but... Don't think I'm, That ring's kind of interesting, actually. Really high yard, gold find, MF, life fire is. Some life leech. I wonder if I can get mana leech on that thing. Probably not. Alright, so once again, most rings are going to be crap. Remember, they roll 1 to 3 life leech, 5 to 10 strength on this mod, 3 to 5 in vanilla, 10 to 20 life. In vanilla, they're already pretty insane, but they got buffed Season 2. I've always liked this craft anyway, without the buff, so... You can kind of see just how strong it is, though. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. AR, 5% mana leech, life leech, strength, life, and lightning res. Alrighty. Ooh. Dang, why doesn't it have more life leech? Well, maybe we can slam more on it. Look at that. Mana, life, all res, strength. What the... It's got potential, for sure. That one does not have potential. This one also does not have potential. Ooh, hello. Wow, that might be one of our best leech rings crafted yet today, chat. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. 100 AR, 7 life leech, 25 strength, 18 life. I mean, you can get up to 30, so that's interesting. 9 MF. Dang. Okay. That's pretty good, actually. I like that ring. That ring has potential when we put it through the slam grinder. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that on accident, actually. That's a strong item, actually. 10 FCR, almost 10 strength. So, almost perfect roll on the strength, perfect roll on the life, and then cold res and fire res. Ooh. I like that one. Can't not try to get that on that one, I think. Okay, so... Level 96 rings, man. I'm just not feeling it unless it's absolutely absurd, and that was just not absurd enough. Not feeling it. There's very few people on the ladder that are level 96 that can even use that anyway. I don't even have a character 96 yet. Well, that's because I make too many characters, but... I have a 95. Unsellable, yeah. Unanythingable, I think. Ooh, 10 FCR, perfect poison res, almost perfect strength, decent life roll, okay. So you can get, any chance to get like 20 FCR on rings like that is actually a pretty good chance in my book. May as well try. This one... Yeah, I don't think so. If it's gonna roll bad leech, it's gonna have more meat on it. Wow, this one rolled dual leech, but it just rolled complete crap on like almost everything else. I don't know. Yeah, say no. I have a number of those kinds of rings anywhere. Anyway. Wow, if only this rolled like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe that could be good. Oh, wow. There you go. 25 strength, 44 life. Where's the FCR on that one though? Ooh, that's a pretty good FCR ring. 10 FCR, 10 strength, life, mana, and MF. Okay. You never know in some of these, right? Remember, until you slam them, they aren't finished, so... Okay. Oh, yeah, we got one of those piece of garbages again. One of them's garbages. Oh. Dang. It's too bad the leech is terrible on that, because it got like an insane life mana dual res roll. But those stats alone could definitely make it insane if you corrupt it. It's possible. Be a very nice ring. Oh, okay, I like that one. I like that one a lot. That one's got almost perfect life leech with double life leech. Almost perfect AR. 10 strength, 14 life, and 7 light res. That's nice. Dim vision, nope. 47 life. Not by itself, no. Need something else. Ooh, alright. I think we just found our best FCR ring of the day so far, maybe. Maybe. We did get a 56 life FCR ring already, but this one definitely passes for a really good one because it rolled 30 fire res, which is the most important res, period, on most builds. 10 FCR. 14 dex. Unfortunately, the base rolls, the strength and the life actually rolled low on it. Man, imagine if that rolled like 10 strength and 20 life. Oh my goodness. However, even as it is, that has a lot of potential, so. We'll give that one a good old college try, won't we? Give it a good shove. I don't know about that one. Alright, so... True. Which is why, in some ways, it might actually be a preferable stat. That's a solid FCR ring. That one was probably one of the more solid rings in that batch right there. Alright, we're gonna go make, I think, one more batch of these, and then we're gonna slam them. Don't know exactly how many we need, but... Alright, so... we need a little bit more gold. And then we need... Huh. That's fascinating. Alright, nope. Fascinating. How many rings do we have already? Oh, we have a lot. I have plenty of shards, though. I mean, I keep the shards for the slam session specifically, so we can try to make some pretty insane items, or at least items that people would want on the free list at the very least. Things that can, you know, make or break characters to some extent. Oh, baby. Alright, there's a second chat here, and then we're going to get into the 4th round here, which is the last crafting round, I think. I think this is it. I don't think I can make any more, which is fun, because we're going to go do rerolling and slamming, so we're fun. We're also going to do an amulet craft session not too far from now, so... Better res. Better res. Alright, jewels. Alright, here we go. What's funny is that on the old maxes, 5 strength is actually max base strength on the old ones on vanilla. But 5 out of 10 on this mod is not good. Don't know 100% how much gold I need, but I think we're going to need a decent amount more. So you can sell the rings back to the vendor at normal if you really want to. Rings don't usually get above like 6,000, 7,000 gold, and if you sell them in normal, you only get 5,000. So, I mean, you can optimize your selling a little bit by selling in hell, but it's not super important. Unlike with the amulets, where it's very important. Alright. Get 'em! Here's all the peach and the white ones. Oh shoot. Did I just stack them all in the cube? I did. Oh no. Alright, lock and load, baby. Lock and load. Get him. Alright, chat. So, more
I am overburdened.
beautiful, beautiful rings. We'll review the aftermaths when it matters. If you guys want to see what happened, we're gonna have some item summaries here today, of course, and then let's get up on the poison nectar once we're done with all this other madness. The re-rolling session will start after we're done slamming all of the rings. So, guys, ready for a re-roll session? I'm ready for the reroll session. I have a lot of 91 plus GCs this time. I think more than last time, just in case. And we'll have a lot of plain GCs for the free list, most likely. The hope, of course, is that we roll some disgusting ones. I found a 28 life PGem yesterday off the ground. See if we can at least beat that in the re-rolling session. We'll see. I think so. I think we can do that. I think we can accomplish that. Alright, so, yeah, I think we barely have enough gold here. At least off of that last character. I think I still have a lot of gold somewhere, but I think we'll be fine. Maybe. It's actually gonna be pretty close. Roll the jewelry! There we go. What's up, Magic Fan? How you doing? Double life leech roll. I'm wondering if I can do what I did last ladder and get a 13 life leech ring. It's pretty insane. Oh no, we're out of gold. Okay. Dang, we're so close too. Alright, so let's hope there's not too many rare rings here. What? Wow, actually, okay. 8 life leech, 17 strength, 22 life, 28 fire is 1 mana after each kill, 6 MF? What the heck? Indeed. Dang, buddy. Oh. Okay. Ooh, and another nice ring. Wow, okay, we're gambling some good things right now, apparently. I haven't seen a set ring or a unique ring, by the way, yet today. You know, the odds are pretty terrible for them, so... I don't know, I haven't seen, like, a unique ring in a while, actually, gambling. Alright, we might have some issues here. How many sets of everything do we still have? 70? 70 plus 83 rubies. Yeah, I think we need to get some more gold on him. Dang it. Some of these rings are actually kind of interesting. What's up, DTZ? How you doing? Like 10 FCR with res, 10 FCR with all res, 10 FCR with high mana and res, and some life. Yeah, those are nice. Alright, here we go. It's Slamorama time. Okay. Sweet. Otherwise, has everyone picked up their prizes that got 3 or more points in the last Slam Fest yet, or no? Just making sure. No one's picked up any prizes in a while, so I'm assuming probably everyone else that won didn't care for it, so... There weren't too many more people, but... kind of some stragglers that never wanted anything, it seems. Alright, so... what do we have here? Do we have some gold? I need some gold. I need some more. Alright. Yeah, I think that's fine. We actually still have a pretty healthy amount of gold. We're gonna have to get more on the barb, obviously. This is why we need so much gold, though. Not an easy feat to do this. Alright, I'm gonna gamble maximum number of rings, and we might not use every single one.
Realized I've been wasting my Prime sub for far too long.
I've been wasting my Prime sub for far too long. Far too long. Baby, Magic fan. Thank you so much, man. For 3 months as a member of Xana's Attack Squad, the Ghost of the Machine, the Hurricane Disciples. Thank you for wasting it on me today. Let's go! Still wasting your Prime sub. No, just kidding. Actually, we always do it big, man. If you love our Diablo 2 content, I guess it can't be that much of a waste, right? Maybe a little bit, but not that much. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for your support, man. Let's spam those eyes of Xana in the chat. 3 months as a member of Xana's Attack Squad, the Ghost of the Machine, the Arcane Disciples. Let's get it. Thank you, man. You know, it means a lot when a lot of people tell me they love my content and they keep coming back for it. It means doing something special in the community. It means they're maybe doing it a bit differently in a way that maybe people really enjoy. So, thank you, man. Or maybe it's just me that you come back for. I don't know. Ah, yeah, right. Dark Humility, you're a funny guy. Trauma. The beard is pretty epic. Oh. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the beard. The beard is 100% of the content. Ah. Alright, last round. Let's finish strong. And then it's time for the slams. Can we get any crazy 20 FCR rings? Well, it's possible. We have some rings that have that potential. Can we get any crazy leech rings? Oh, we got some potential for sure. There's a lot of slams that can roll on rings. Can help us out today. Chuck Norris's beard. Alright, so... Alright, need the orange one. Alright, I think we have enough materials to burn through the rest of these. Death Be Proud lent us another 20 jewels. Says I could just have them though. I like the Bramble, which I need to get back to him. You might be able to trade me a 38 though, which would be at least something. It'd be pretty sad if I can't get something better than that, but you know, sometimes RNG is just not on your side. Sometimes you just got to accept when going's rough on something. I mean, it was on our side for sure when the Death Sweat dropped and when it didn't brick and got a pretty awesome slam, but it seems like the Poison Nerker's been struggling with its own gear RNG ever since. Oh, yeah, that's pretty balls. I think. Elaborate scheme to organize my jewels. By the way, I think I'm gonna post that immersion guide on YouTube. That could be interesting. I kind of want to see how people react to that. I don't know. Have you ever just rolled some terrible rolls with really expensive runes and just wanted to sell your item to Guide's Gambling Bar? I think a lot of people might be able to relate to that. Maybe. Maybe not. No, it's cringe. Yeah, it's pretty cringe for sure. But at the same time, man, could be hilarious. I don't know, people like cringe stuff sometimes. I didn't say it wasn't next level though. You understand why you did it? Oh, don't worry, the description will say what happened. In case anyone's lost. Okay. I don't know, man. It could be interesting. And then definitely post the video. Oh yeah, that's what you meant, of course. We're gonna post this one too, so, and we'll post the guide too. So we got a bunch of things to upload, I guess. Oh, but it wasn't April Fool's, man. 34 twice in a row. It's an elaborate scheme to unorganize your jewels. To organize my jewels. Oh my goodness. What's up, Hyper Midget? Thank you for the glug water, Mr. Trauma. Alright, got one more check to do here. One more check. We're actually not out of ammo completely. We might actually be able to do a couple on top of this. Wow. Wait, if I did that many rings, does that mean we're actually going to get pretty close to 300? I guess we're going to get really close to 300 then. I don't think we're going to quite hit 300 though. Oh yeah? You buy it on softcore, man? Good job, man. I mean, it happens, bro. It happens. Smart man, dude. Smart man. Shadow Coil. Woo! Shadow Coil. Huh. That's kind of interesting, but I don't know. Nope. Yeah, see, once again, if it rolls that, I'm probably not going to be very excited about it. Ooh, that's okay. Decent 10 FCR ring. Those decent 10 FCR rings always have potential. Just as far as I'm concerned. Oh, come on, really? Just fell flat on everything else. Had 10 life leech, though. 51 life. That's not bad at all. Fire Lightning Res, 50 life. 50 life, 8 to strength, 2-2 dual H. Okay. It's mostly the other stats that are impressive on it. 28 strength. Oh, another 28 strength. Huh. Ooh, that one actually could be rolled, I think. .30 strength. Okay, that's the real Ring of Champions right there. We're gonna want to use those for strength bugging if possible. A 30 strength ring. Wow. No. Nope. 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 Close, but nope. Okay. Maybe. Nope. 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 Level 96 again. I've actually rolled a decent number of those in this round. Nope. Unless it's absolutely absurd. Nope. Ooh. You know, I always like me a good 10 FCR ring with around 10 plus MF. Wasn't quite 10 plus, but also has some other decent stats on it. Oh. Uh-oh. You know what? Let's get that in the next round here. Oh, wait. Dude, okay. I'll get more of them. 9 of them. 9 of them. Ooh. Okay. I'll go for the gold on that one. 10 FCR ring. Ooh. That's not bad at all, actually. Really nice. Nope. Surprisingly, that could actually be kind of good. Has no AR, though. Oh, that's really good, actually. Ooh. Hey, check that one out. 10 FCR, 20 life, 15 fire is 12 MF. 6 strength. I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Bam. Bam. That's another nice one. Okay. It's like some maximum damage, sure. Nope. 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 It's hard to say what would actually make that good. I'm gonna say no. No, and ooh, 27. Okay. All right, and then 6 soul rings. Okay, so looks like realistically, just have to take these and make 6 more. Good. Alright, we'll make 6 more. So So let's see. 73 times 4 is 292. Plus 6 is 298. Wow. So close to 300. I would say we found some pretty absurd things, but there's definitely always more absurd things that are possible. They're like one out of a gajillion rings, so... Oh, wow. Alright. Damn, if that had 10 FCR, holy crap. 57 life, 83 mana. Some of those stats are unreal. Alright, so... that is it! Alright, YouTube and Twitch chat, that is it for the actual crafting and gambling session today. GG. But, as you guys are probably wondering, there's more fun to be had, right? Right? If you did think that, you are correct. Need to find some of these. Yeah, I need to find out. I need to throw them out. Alright, oh baby. A lot of potential here, isn't there? Alright, so... wow, that's still too many. Alright, what? Which ones are the weakest link? Goodbye. That one's cool, but I just feel like the life leech is too low. Cube those AMs to get 2 more souls. You know I could cube some AM runes actually. That's true. Ooh, can we actually get 300 plus? 300 plus? Is the dream real? Is the dream real? I cubed up most of my other AMs already though. Okay. Oops, I did not mean to do that actually. Baby. Go for 300 at least. Go for 300. Alright. Alright, fine. You win. You win, chat. I'll do 5 more. So I do 303 rings. Let's make sure I... okay. I do need to weed out some of these because I feel like this is just too crazy to be honest. There's a lot of... out of all the 300 rings, these are the rings that have maybe some potential. But ultimately it depends on what the slam is, right? Slam's gonna decide everything here. Okay. Almost 5 high runes for the 46. Holy moly. Wow. That's pretty reasonable, I think. That's pretty reasonable. Okay, let's do it. Well, how about we just put those in there instead, shall we? Alright, over 300. I didn't even think I was doing over 300. I didn't advertise over 300, but here we are. 300 rings. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad either. That's terrible. Alright, so... okay, so... got a couple more rings there. I need to kind of determine, like... what level some of these items are at here. feel like I need to be a bit stricter here because there's just too many. We can't do this many. It's... I mean, I guess there's no reason why we can't, but... Well, I guess there is a reason. Let's see. So, 76 space. Is that 61 rings? Yeah, I have 12 negative space there. Yeah, it's 61 rings, which means I have 63 shards here. Some of these you just don't want to slam, though. Like this one... Okay, yeah, that one's not slam territory. Let me try to get rid of some of these here. Yeah, these aren't slams. Those are for buffing. 30 strength ring is plenty. Yeah, we don't need those. Let's get rid of some of those ones there. Some really high stat rings, if they rolled 10 FCR, it could be pretty insane. If you get 20 FCR, though, in some of these other rings, it could be even more insane. What is the best MF build for PD2 at the moment? MF build? I don't know. Sorceresses and Trapsins stack it very easily, so... Maybe? Some of these things are like barely passable in my mind. Oh, okay. Looks like I accidentally dragged it in there. Okay, that's good, so we don't need that one. Just dragging random rings that I use on my, my gold find barb. Into the fray. These really high dual stat, high AR rings have some potential. Especially if they roll leech on them. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these items are like... Bruh, it's probably gonna be trash, but... I feel like you have to try anyway, right? Well, we'll see what we have in the aftermath. How about that? That is interesting. Yeah. 52 life. Oh, that one's like... I don't know, it's a pretty dance game to be honest. Okay, right, here we go. So... Alright, looks like we have what appears to be pretty solid roster here. That one's actually... Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Solid roster, solid roster. Okay, so how many rings do we got? 76 minus 18. Alright, so it looks like we have 58 rings. 58 rings that we're going to slam. Alright. It's kind of what I was expecting anyway, about 58 rings to slam. Alright, let's do it. Here we go. Alright, chat, let's announce them as we slam them and see what happens to it. And then we're going to go do a ton of PGem rerolls here in a second. If you guys have any PGems I can buy with some runes, let me know. Or if you have any to give us for free. Because you're probably going to want to feed my addiction. I get pretty addicted to it. And I will run out, of course, so... Alright, let's go! Alright, this one... Dual stat, all res, life, AR, life lead shrink. Okay. And the first one, bricks! Oof. 10 FCR, strength, life, light res, MF ring. Telekinesis. Oh. Dex. You know, that actually kind of enhanced that ring pretty well. It's a telekinesis ring with... damn, you can use that on like a Hammerton or something. Telekinesis ring with MF, light res, life, dex, strength, and CR. Alright, dual leech, strength, life, dual res ring. solid. I mean, that ring already had a lot of nice stats on it. 15 MF. Interesting. Alright, this one is 26 strength, 30 life, 61 mana. Okay. Well, that one bricked. Oh, it bricked into an FCR mana leech ring? Interesting. Alright, another dual leech life res MF special. Also bricked. Oof. Lots of bricks so far. Dual leech, minimum damage, strength, life, fire res. Huh. 10 to vitality, okay. That's not bad, actually. Alright. Next up, we got... Nick Blame, I know. Yeah, we're not doing the Slam Fest spot. It's going to take way too long. I do want to get to the Poison Necro at some point today. But don't worry, we'll have another Slam Fest. We're already gathering items for it, so... We already have some real winners, too. AR, Life Leech, Strength, Life, Mana, Cold Res. So, if we get at least 110 FCR roll, it'd be kind of interesting. That's what I kind of want. Alright, 10 FCR, Strength, Dex, Life, Physical Damage Reduction, Mana for Kill. Not super impressive. Oh, now it's a bit more impressive. 10 FCR, 18 Strength, Life, Mana for Kill. Alright. Not bad. Maximum damage, AR, Life Leech, Life Strength. All attributes. That's actually a really good roll when you roll all attributes. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. Someone could definitely use that potentially. It's got some nice AR. Alright, this one almost rolled max strength with the double strength stats. AR, 28 strength, Life Leech. Okay, here we go. Oh. Damn, lots of bricks. 10 FCR, Strength, Life, Light Res, F. 6 PDR, okay. Interesting.
I can already tell that I'll be your best
Dual
friend in
Leech,
this forsaken
Strength,
camp.
Life, Dual Res, MF. Oh. Another brick, okay. Brick rate's been like 50%. 10 FCR, 6 Strength, 20 Life, 15 Fire Res, 12 MF. Oh! What? Okay, that's actually pretty beastly. 10 FCR, 27 MF, 20 Life, 6 Strength, 15 Fire Res. Wow. That is really, really nice actually right there. That's definitely one of those stats that you're looking for right there. And that ring had the most MF on my 10 FCR rings today, and it got double MF. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty sick. Wow. Alright, I think that's our best slam so far. Alright, maximum damage, Life Leech, Strength, Life, Mana. Spears for the win. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cult of Xander's Day. Alright, here we go. 29 strength. What the heck? Okay. Well, it's got some mana. It's got some Life Leech too. What the heck do you do with that thing? Who knows? Alright, 57 life, 83 mana, 7 light res. If this gets 10 FCR, it would actually be pretty insane. Oh, I just got Thorn's Corruption. No! Okay, that's useless. Alright. A lot of these are going in the garbage for sure. 4 max, AR, Life Leech, 10 strength, 24 life. Alright, got some fire res on it. It's definitely looking like a pretty healthy Life Leech ring for sure. Life Leech, Strength, Life, Dual Res. A lot of Life Leech. Bricked. Awesome. Our brick rate feels like it's been like 50%. Holy crap. AR, Dual Leech, Strength, Life, Light Res. Alright. 2 life after each kill. Adding to some of that Life Leech power on that. Alright, alright. Fair enough. Man, I wear that one you just called garbage. 10 FCR, strength, life, cold res, fire res. Hey, check out the free list tomorrow, man. They'll all be there when we run our new character. Well, not all of them, but some of them are like the one, that one's too good for the free list, like this one. But some of those other ones definitely. All right, 10 FCR, life, cold res, fire res. All right, strength. All right, let's go. Okay. Solid 10 life leech. I mean, 10 FCR ring there. Damn. I like it. It's got a lot of health stats. It's got res. It's got FCR. Nice. Dual leech, life, strength, dual res ring. 18 F. Wow. Okay. Got a mef on like 3 rings, I think now. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, Scissor. First time here. Awesome. We're doing a craft mania today. We just crafted over 300 blood rings, and now we're slamming them. So you're coming. We haven't even slammed half of them yet, so you're at a good time. I hope you've been enjoying the YouTube videos for sure. 10 FCR, 10 strength, 14 life, 14 cold resistance. Oh, nice brick. Hit me like a ton of bricks, baby. It's gone. AR, 8 life leech, 6 strength, life, mana, and then we're gonna do a ton of rerolls here, so you came at a good time. Well, you know, that's a pretty nice rare. That's a rare corruption, actually. Huh. Well, I'll be 11 faster run walk. Boson ring? You know, you might be onto something, actually. That's a nice ring. That's a nice ring. I kind of like that ring. Alright, AR, life leech, strength, life. Alright, it's just a nice, decent life leech. It got some flat PDR. Alright. FCR, strength, life, all res. Okay. Fire res. Okay. It got a little bit better. Alright, here we go. AR, strength, dex, mana per kill. That's a lot of stats, man. And bricks! Oh my goodness, our brick rate is like 50%. What is going on? Holy moly. AR, life leech, strength, life, fire is gold find, MF. Okay, gold find. Let's get it. Okay. Not super impressive, but you know. It's definitely, you can definitely use that ring for the right purposes there. Alright, 10 FCR, strength, life, light res. Poison resistance, okay. 9 minimum, 130 AR, 7 life leech, strength, life. Damn, that's pretty good. Another poison resistance, wow, okay. 10 FCR. We got 1 GG roll. 10 FCR, 9 strength, 15 life, 30 poison res. That's decent. I mean, all these rings are getting a little bit better for sure. Alright. AR percent, strength, dex, life, all resistances. Bricked. This one's pretty darn good, actually. AR, dual leech, MF, mana off keyed. Ooh, 3 mana per kill. Wow. I can definitely think of a pretty good use for this ring, actually. Ice Boson might actually want to use that one. AR, life leech, huge strength, quad res, life. Nice stats. Fire resistance, okay. So it got even more fire resistance. I don't know. It actually has some potential despite that. AR, Life Leech, Strength, Life, Mana, Light Res. Wait, what? It bricked into a better ring, I think. No way. 10 FCR, 6 Strength, 14 Cold Res, 23 Light Res, 12 Magic Find. Well, alright. That's a solid brick right there, actually. That ring is solid, yeah, man. That's a solid ring. AR Life Leech, Energy, Mana, Fire Res. Our brick rate's been really high, but, you know, if we get some good bricks, that's fun. Alright, Life Leech, 10 Dex, Mana, Fire Res. Okay. It's pretty good, actually. That's a really nice ring. 10 FCR, 5 Strength, 14 Dex, Life, and Fire Res. Let's go. And it rolled Lightning Res on top of that. Wow, that's a pretty beastly ring. That is a pretty beastly ring, chat. Like, wow, that is a nice ring. Alright. Life Leech, Strength, Life, Fire Res, Mana per kill. MF. Oh, that one didn't make it. Bricked! Damn, the brick pile's big today. AR, Life Leech, 25 Strength, 18 Life, MF. Oh my goodness. Salvation! That's a GG slam right there. Look at that one. Woo! Look at that monster. That's what you wanted on that one right there. Either that or more Life Leech. That's exactly what you wanted. No FCR corruption yet, you're right. But, look at that. That's a rare corruption right there. It's a dual leech ring with high AR, 25 Strength, Life, and MF. Wow, that is insane, actually. That's a GG ring. Okay. That's very sick. That's definitely one of the better ones for sure. 10 FCR, 8 Strength, 20 Life, 18 Cold Res, Fire Res. It's saving that 20 FCR for one of the 10 FCR rings, and that one bricked though. Okay. Strength, Life, Mana, Light Res, Fire Res. Okay, that could be insane if it rolls FCR. And it rolls Thorns. Ew. Okay. 10 FCR, 9 Strength, Life, Mana, MF. Ooh. Okay, got a little bit better there. Nice. Dexterity. Don't do this one, I always do these. 42 Life, 10 All-Res, Strength. Why? Because you just want it? Sorry, bro. It's gotta be slammed first. Okay, that... I kind of fizzled out and died, but it's okay, I tried. 10 FCRs, 6 Strength, 53 Life, 9 Light Res. One of our best FCRs, and... 6 Dexterity. Okay. That is a very solid ring, chat. 10 FCR, 53 Life, 9 Light Res, 6 Strength, and 6 Dexterity. But... no 20 FCR on that one. 10 FCR, 10 Strength, 20 Life, 1 MDR. Ooh, that's not what you wanted on the FCR ring, but okay. It didn't have enough potential as a Life Leech ring, so that kind of hurt it a bit. Alright, this one is maybe our best gold find dual leech ring. No, wait, I don't know. I don't remember the other one. I did? Okay. I'll get it. What the? Alright. You know, we're actually bricking some very interesting bricks here. Max Mana Leech, high mana, maximum light res, gold fund. Interesting. AR Strength, Life, Quadres. Energy. Okay, that's garbage. AR, Dual Leech, Strength, Life, Fire Res. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, chat. Oh, wow. Cannot be frozen on a Dual Leech ring. Now that's quite interesting. That's not one of our like best dual leech rings, but that is quite interesting indeed. Cannot be frozen on a dual leech ring. Wow. That's pretty solid actually. Alright. Cannot be frozen. 10 FCR dual leech dual res. That's our first CBF by the way. And this one rolled life after each kill. That's not bad actually. Okay. That one is AR Strength Life Mana MF. Yeah, we could. Well, you know what I think that's gonna do for us? I think we can use this on my I think I can actually justify using this on my Gold Find Bard potentially, because he had to use Kira's to get that cannot be frozen before because he was using different gear. I might be able to use that on the Gold Find Barb, actually. No, you cannot roll +1 skills. It's not possible. Oh, we did miss a whole row. You were right. Damn, we skipped a row. Okay. Oh, wow. 25 strength, 44 life, 6 light res. Alright, here we go. 19 MF? What the... Okay, well, if you just want tons of stats on MF, that's not horrible, actually. Wow. 10 FCR, life, mana, light res. Ah, now that's what we call a solid ring for a energy shield sork right there. Some kind of mana per kill sork. That one's got 2 mana per kill on it with 80 mana. Wow. It's pretty good, actually. It's a good ES ring, right? 10 FCR, 10 all res, 20, let's go! Cute ring gets it. Ah, wow, what? I got the other rare corruption. Faster run walk. Dang, it's so close, man. So close. Almost rolled 20 FCR, 10 all res there. Not quite, though. Alright, AR, Life Leech, Life, Fires. Another cannot be frozen. With almost 100 AR and 9 Life Leech. Wow. Dang, chat. Dang, just think about what you can use that one on. That's even better. Yeah, I think so. Look at that monster. That's pretty nice, actually. That's good. I don't know what the heck you do with that, but that's okay. Running in town, I guess. AR Life Leech Dual Res. Alright. Cold Resistance. Okay. So we have 2 CBF rings, no FCR rings. FCR Strength Life Mana per kill. Lots of strong MF rolls today. Like, this ring before this roll was kind of like whatever. But now that it has 10 FCR, 15 MF, mana per kill, 19 life, and 10 strength, it's actually pretty nice. That ring definitely grew a couple of inches there. AR Life Leech, Strength, Life, Mana, all res. 10 FCR, let's go! 3 life after each kill. Nope. Alright, Life Leech, 10 strength, 18 life, 29 mana, 26 light res. Wow. And it bricked! Looks like the bricks came back. Oof. Alright, 2 more rings. 10 FCR, 10 strength, 18 life, 28 fire res, gold fund. Poison resistance. And last but not least, high mana leech, really high life, strength ring. Okay. And it bricked. Wow. Well, let's see. Let's count the bricks here. Alright, so no 10 FCR rings today, believe it or not. So if you guys saw my cute 10 FCR ring, type exclamation 20 FCR Tri-Res, I think is the command. I actually did roll a 20 FCR ring this ladder, but not in this session. So 300 rings, We whittled them down to slam a grand total of 58 of them. And no 10 FCR rolls and 58 rings, but 2 cannot be frozen rolls. So let's see what we had here overall. Let's see what we had here overall. I'm gonna have to go to hell to sell these, of course. Yeah, I posted that one on YouTube. By the way, that, for some reason, people love that ring, man. I posted it on YouTube. It got like 6,000 views. I'm assuming people like posted it elsewhere. It's a level 9 ring. It was pretty insane. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Go enter a hell game. Enter a hell game here. And let's count the bricks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of bricks, man. I feel like we should count them. 5, 6. Some of these are effectively bricked, but yeah. 7. 8. By the way, chat, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to grab these rings if you want them. 9. I'm gonna throw out a lot of them I consider to be trash, but if you actually want those rings, I'm gonna give you a game and password. There's gonna be some pretty decent ones in there, so. This was a brick, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's 11. That's right, that was a brick! That does not look like a brick. 12. That is a really good ring, actually. That's like one of the better stats you would want to roll on that one, for sure. Got some real winners in here. Some of them are better than others. Let's see here. 13. We're already over the brick rate, I think. 14. Yeah, 15. We are. We've already bricked more items than might be expected by pure RNG. 16. Yeah, that's what it felt like. There's a lot of bricks in there. Okay, oh yeah, these are just trash. Alright. So it looks like there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I guess I wasn't too far away from the percentage. It felt like we were bricking more than we actually did, I think. Interesting. Maybe it was only 15, actually. I guess it's not that many, right? Yeah, because it was 15 if you count that other ring, right? The one that doesn't look like a brick at all. Or is it? Yeah, this one. Okay, so 58 rings, 15 bricks. That's 25% if you're at 60 rings. Yeah, I guess it's... Yeah, actually, it felt like it was worse than it was. Like, it felt like I was bricking more than that. I guess it ended up being about 25%. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, that's why we counted, just to make sure I didn't seem stupid. Alright, so... out of all that, there's also a bunch of other rings here. That we're gonna drop here in a second. But first things first, I'm gonna sell these bricks. And then see what we actually have here. A lot of them are right at the start, true. There was a while where I wasn't really bricking things. It's true. Chat's right, they're right. Actually, wait, I miscounted. Never mind, we have 16 bricks, it appears. Yeah, this is 3x4, right? Yeah, it's 3x4, so it's 12. It's 15. Yeah, we had 16. Okay, so slightly higher than average brick rate. Because one of the rings, this ring was a brick, but it doesn't look like a brick at all. So, slightly higher, chat. Slightly. Ever so slightly higher. Brick rate than you might actually expect by chance alone. Okay. Not insanely bad around either. Alright, so we're gonna sell those to Charcy. They're not even worthy of Geet, unfortunately. Alright, so out of 58 rings, we bricked 16 of them. That leaves us with 42 remaining. Alright, so I'm going to show you what rings I'm about to drop here on the ground. What's up, XY Crow? And then I'm going to drop... Yeah, some of these rings are not very impressive at all. I'm going to drop that one. Someone can play with this one. This one's decent, actually. I'm just going to drop them on the ground. I don't even feel like putting them on the free list because I don't really feel like they're that good, you know? It's kind of cool, but no. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. Yeah, for the most part, a lot of these are just gonna go on the ground. But if you guys want them, I'm about to give you the game name and password for them, so... That one's actually decent, you know, but I'll still drop it on the ground. It's almost there, but you know how it is. This one's actually, like... This one's actually solid in some sense, but... I don't know. I don't think I would put that on the ground. Close. This one is barely ground food, I guess. Barely. Not be frozen on my leech corruptions is actually pretty nice. Can be pretty hard to get cannot be frozen. Just means you don't have to use Raven Frost. That one might barely qualify just for the free list, honestly. Alright, after this we're gonna do re-rolling, so prepare yourselves. Yeah, I'm not super impressed by that one. Or that one. Nor that one, to be honest. This one had some potential, don't get me wrong, but... ended up being kind of whack. That one's kind of cool. See, out of all those rings, it's really hard to get good ones, but... we got some pretty solid ones, though. That one had some potential, I guess. That one's interesting. Maybe someone wants it for the strength, I don't know. That might be that might be our best corruption today, honestly. That ring's actually pretty bonkers if you think about it. Like, that's... Nidra ring rolls 15 to 40, right? If you get 10 FCR in a Nidra ring, that's usually a pretty darn good thing. But on top of that, we have 6 strength, 20 life, and 15 fires, which is the best resistance you can get. That's pretty insane. Some good rings there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That ring's actually nuts, like... That's actually bonkers. That one... Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. This is one of our best corruptions, too. I'm gonna actually put our best ones in a pile here. Let's see. Let's try to separate our like insane ones here. What are the really good ones? That one's pretty solid, yeah. Yeah, there we go. They cannot be frozen ones. Yeah, okay. This is I'd say this is one of our better corruptions, and it's a brick, so I gotta show that one too. And that one just was a solid ring to begin with, and ended up a little bit more solid, I suppose. Nope. Yep. That's actually quite interesting. Keep that run around. Yeah, that one was also insanely solid just to begin with. Some of these are actually quite nice. That's decent. Decent. Oh man, yeah, this one suffered from problems, I guess. Okay. All right. These are decent rings. I'll probably put them on the free list. These are like solid rings. I might even use some of them. I don't know. All right, so game name is. I will type it in the chat. Am I doing free right now? Not yet, but if you want some insanely good rings, maybe you can gobble them up. Get ready, rats. We're going in. All right, here you go. There it is. Toad48, password 556 in the chat. Go, go, go. I'm going to make it hard for you to pick them up. I'm just going to keep picking them up over and over. You guys are just like, please give me some decent rings. I have trash rings on. Okay. So guys, if you don't actually need the rings, drop them back on the ground. Yeah, please drop them on the ground if you don't need them. We did it, rats! The rats scrambled for the cheese. What's up, Caesar? How you doing? Yeah, I don't have a prize list anymore. It's been folded because too many items were taken off of it, so most stuff can be taken off the trade list, but not everything. Alright, not the super high value stuff, basically. Alright, let's get it. Even though I gave away a lot of super high value things as prizes, but since I've rolled other items into it since, it's not really the same thing anymore. People would have... There's items on there now that people didn't have a chance to choose before, so... Yeah, that's the problem. Game Pyro... BK Ring, Elder's Helm, and Elder's Boots. Okay, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to increase the limit to 3 today. That's right. You can take 3 items off the free list again today. That's right. And starting tomorrow. Alright, so... Chat and YouTube, just to go over the aftermath of the 300 plus Blood Ring crafting session. There's some things that I really like here, and there's some things I'm a little disappointed about. I think the major disappointment is that in the Slam session, we didn't get any 20 FCR rings. That was a little disappointing. 58 rings, no 20 FCRs. I mean, it would have been pretty hard to begin with, because out of all those rings, only maybe 20 of them actually had FCR in it to begin with. So the odds were still maybe not in our favor. But it could have happened, you know. We got it before. We got it before this ladder, so it's not the end of the world, but no 20 FCR rings. So we got the disappointment out of the way. That's probably the big disappointment. Even among our decent rings, let's review our decent rings here. They're ones that really like kind of made it to the next level. This ring has 15 stats on it, 10 FCR, 15 life, and really strong dual res, even though the reses themselves are not high. This one has AR, dual leech, life after kill on top of the life leech, strength, life, and lightning res. That's a pretty solid dual leech ring if you ask me. This one, AR. This one, the main features of this one I think is the 25 strength, 44 life, and 19 MF. This is just like a pure stat ring. If you don't need FCR, you don't need a life leech or anything. You just wear this. It's like a Nature ring, but it gives you like 100 life basically. So it's pretty insane, right? I think it's pretty cool. 10 FCR, 10. So this one I think is just pretty solid FCR ring. It just gives life per kill, which is nice on a lot of caster builds. 10 FCR, strength, life, and solid dual res. So very solid ring there. Next up, we got a AR life leech, very high strength, very high AR, quad res, fire res, life ring. If you don't need a ton of life leech, you really want to focus on those stats instead. That's really nice. This is one of our solid MF corruptions here. Another one. 10 FCR. Lots of solid MF corruptions today. 10 FCR, strength, life, and mana per kill. By itself, it wasn't too impressive. But once it rolled MF, it's actually a pretty solid ring now. Definitely could use that on a good caster for sure. This one just has a ton of stats, man. Like, dang. Maximum vitality roll in the stat roll, which is actually one of the better stats you can get. 10 vitality, 12 strength, 14 life, 22 fire res, which is one of the best resistances. And on top of that, it has dual leech and minimum damage. Your Zom would love this one or a different ring? This one's pretty solid, right, Wraith Vector? Are you talking about this ring, Wraith Vector? Your Zom would love this ring? Yeah, this ring is pretty beastly, not gonna lie. But these are just the decent rings, so we haven't gone over like the really good rings. These are rings that I think of as like, dang, those are pretty solid. Those are pretty solid. Or maybe you're talking about this ring. Okay, I don't know. Oh, you're thinking of that one. Yeah, that's not gonna lie. That's a pretty beastly Zon ring, right? Alright, so those are the decent ones, and the decent ones are looking pretty strong, but, you know, after you gamble 300 rings and you craft them all, and then you corrupt them, you should expect the decent ones to be pretty decent, right? Alright, this one's one of our best crafts today. This one is insane. So this one's almost 30 magic find on a ring, chat. 30 magic find on a ring. That by itself is pretty nutty. But it has FCR, so we're talking caster ring with almost 30 MF. Life, perfect life roll, strength, and then fire resist, medium fire resist to boot. That is insane. That is such a good ring, man. That is such a good ring. I imagine if I sold it, this one would actually be worth a pretty decent amount. Alright, that one is... Okay, so this is one of our best rings too. So I think this is the only ring we got Leech on. Leech is one of the rare corruptions. One thing to note is MF is not even a rare corruption. I think it's a medium rare corruption on a ring. Mana Leech is a rare corruption though. And getting that on a ring that already has high AR, high life leech, almost perfect doubled up strength, which maxes out at 30. 18 life and magic find. It's almost hard to beat this. Like it's pretty hard to beat this. I might even consider using this on my Javazon because it's just that good. I don't know if I'd actually use it. I don't know, but it's wow, just wow. Like the stats are so solid on that ring. Definitely one of our best rings today for sure. 10 FCR, really high mana, some life, some light res, but the really high mana and FCR goes really well with mana per kill. So I would say the corruption on this is pretty decent corruption, right? I think that's a mid-rarity corruption. Might even be a rare corruption on a ring, I don't remember. But getting that on a ring that also has high mana and FCR is pretty ideal. So that's actually a pretty solid ring for a energy shield sorceress. That is a... Okay, this ring here is actually pretty nuts in some ways. So, another rare corruption. Faster run walk. So, on a Bozon, this is pretty sick. Faster run walk with pretty high AR, pretty high life leech, and then a lot of mana, life, and strength. Obviously, some of the other stats could be better, but overall, you really can't say much about that ring. That ring is pretty beautiful. It definitely has a solid use, right? Alright, so first Cannot Be Frozen ring. So Cannot Be Frozen is definitely a rare corruption on a ring. We've rolled 2 Cannot Be Frozens today, so neither of them rolled on an FCR ring, but one of them rolled on Dual Leech ring here. Mana Leech, Life Leech, AR, Strength, Life, Fire is. Overall, this ring is not super impressive stat-wise, but it has all the right ingredients, and it still has all the right stats. And getting Dual Leech with Cannot Be Frozen is actually really nice. You can definitely use this for a pretty solid build. I could definitely think of some solid uses for that for sure. And then this is our other Cannot Be Frozen ring. This one I think is even better. So this one rolls, even though it's not Dual Leech, the Life Leech is insanely high. So it's doubled up Life Leech, high AR, high Strength on the initial roll, high Life on the initial roll, pretty high Fire Res, and then it rolled Cannot Be Frozen. That's a really good ring. That is a really good ring. That ring's no joke. That ring, using that like on a Zealer or something, that is a straight up replacement ring for Ravenfrost. If you don't want to use Ravenfrost, it just straight up replaces it. Pretty insane stuff. Alright, this is our most impressive brick. So this ring wins the award of a really good brick. I don't know what to say, but required level 30. 10 FCR, 6 strength, really solid dual res, and really solid magic find. That is a solid ring for a brick. So solid that I'm keeping it to put possibly on the free list, so people could definitely use that. It's a brick. Note the corruption, there's no red dot. It's a brick. Nice. 10 FCR, 5 strength, 14 dex, life, light res, and perfect fire res. So almost perfect dex, perfect fire res, FCR, strength, life, and lightning res on top of that. That is a sick ring. Really can't say anything about this ring except that it's a stat monster, and it's got the best 2 res that you usually want on a ring to begin with. Very nice ring. That is, for Caster, it's going to be a nice one. This one was one of our best starting FCR rings. I'd still say it's one of the better ones in general, simply because it rolled 10 FCR and 53 life. That's a really tough combination to get. 53 life with FCR, lightning res, and strength, and then it added dex on top of that. So it's got the equivalent of 12 stats, 53 life, and 9 light res with FCR. That's not a slacker of a ring, man. It's not a slacker of a ring whatsoever. It's a very heavy lifter for a caster. And this one, last but not least, is this ring's kind of all over the place, but to be honest, man, even though the dual leech isn't super impressive, it's got dual leech, strength, almost 50 life, both lightning and fire res, both reses that you want, and magic find when I corrupted it. So I don't know. That ring almost wins some awards. It's also one of the rings I'm looking at to use on my Zon potentially, because this ring kind of has, as long as I get my AR high enough on the Zon to begin with, this ring has a lot of those like correct ingredients. It has just a lot of just base stats, MF. It has the res as well. Has some nice strength as well. Yeah. Really nice stuff. Alright, so there you have it, chat. The ring apocalypse was upon us. Honestly, some really sick rings. Leech rings and FCR rings alike. We didn't double up on FCR though, and we didn't get Cannot Be Frozen on a FCR ring either. It's really hard to get FCR rings when you craft them to begin with. You're only going to get like 1 FCR ring out of like 20 when you craft blood rings. But, you know, overall, like, even though that didn't happen, these rings are pretty beastly. Nobody picked up these rings? Dang, chat, does anyone want these rings? Some solid 10 FCR rings on the ground still in game Toad 48, password 556 on hardcore. Toad 48, password 556 on hardcore. Those are pretty solid rings still. You guys just tossed them. Well, anyway, those are solid, man. Those are very solid. Some of these will end up on the free list anyway, but I threw the rest to the wolves, so good stuff. Want them? Alright, everyone's in there. Alright, there's going to be more. Some of these rings are going to be on the free list by tomorrow anyway, but some of these rings are too good for that. Some of these rings are going to be, I don't know, considered for use, I guess? I don't know, we'll see. Maybe sold, traded. I'll attempt to trade them first. I don't know, we'll see. Pretty nice rings. Pretty nice rings. This could not be frozen leech rings. They're actually quite interesting, so we'll have to see. Ooh, jewels and PGems. Alright. Did you make her game blazing Hyperion? I actually do want this. Oh yeah, you did. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go give him... He's requesting some items off the free list, which you can do. The limit is 3 items again, by the way. Exclamation HC free. There's still plenty of stuff on there, man. It's definitely been drained a bit, but you know. There's still some super good rings already on the free list, by the way. People are lacking rings. So you guys should check that out. Jewels, huh? Huh. Well, that's interesting. Alright, let me go find her stuff. It's not on here. Yeah, no, the limit went down to 2 at one point, but you're okay today. I said it was going to go back up to 3 today, so don't sweat it. Was that on the free list? I think it was. Alright, there you go. GG. Nice. We'll get more items today, though, don't worry. We gotta do the Poison Nectar again. I'm gonna do the guide for him as well, so it's gonna be pretty solid. Alright, Elder's boots. Those are some good Elder's boots, actually. Alright, sweet. Alright, next up. Hey, there we go, Glug, sweet. The rack scurrying for the cheese. You like being a rat, quote unquote, Roland Hammer? Roland Hammer should get the celebrity treatment, man. What is this nonsense about being a rat? Alright, so I'm actually going to dump those jewels on him. And then you said you had some perfect jewels? Okay, I mean some perfect gems. Okay, cool. Alright, we need to go gather some more jewels because we can do a Caster Ammys session pretty soon here. Alright, let's go! And now, for the grand finale. Grand finale? I don't know, something like that. Alright, chat. The moment you've all been waiting for, the reroll session. The reroll session. Wait, does the Level 1, does the loot filter not know how to see those? Oh, interesting. Alrighty. Alright, so here's the deal. We need all of everything. Alright, so we're going to roll eye level 91 plus GCs now. Those are GCs from at least a tier 2 map elite pack to a tier 3 champion or elite pack to Bale, Diablo, or Nilithok. For the most part, though, I'd say most of them are probably from maps. These GCs can roll 41 to 45 life once again, and they can roll a skill on top of that, but they can also roll like max damage on top of that crazy amount of life. Max damage AR. They can roll AR on top of that. We got a couple of those last time. We got a high AR 45 life GC. There's a lot of crazy things that can come from these GCs for sure. Alright, sounds good, man. If you can wait until after the reroll session, that would be GG. About to roll things, though, yeah. We are about to roll things. So, chat, what do you guys think about the rings session? Overall, you think that was pretty good? Did you think we could have gotten better RNG? I think it could have been worse, and I think it could have been better, personally. I think it was pretty medium overall. Like, if you do that many rings, you should expect some pretty solid things. Especially if you corrupt most of them. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty good stuff, though. I think pretty solid. Alright, so we have a solid number of rings still here. And then these are just 30 strength. Yeah, that's pretty insane. You just wanted to claim them? Okay. The Ashudas and the Tal's Helm. Alright, I will not give those to anyone else. Baby. What's up, Sabaku? How you doing? Glug not on cooldown. Oh yeah. Not enough glugging for your taste, huh? What if I just raise the cooldown? It's an artificial number anyway. Right? Right? Oh, wait, what? Oh, no. Mamma mia, dude. Rip. Okay. Well, now we gotta go wait. I'm gonna go wait another 2 minutes. I could have someone join the game, but that's okay. I'll talk to chat for a bit. We'll have a little bit of an intermission here before we start the GCs. GC's about to go hard, though. If you guys missed any part of the crafting or slamming ring session, you can, of course, check it out on YouTube. I will, of course, make a command for that as well, and guys can definitely check that one out. 110%. Get it. You know what I just realized? That's something we can do, actually. Oh, baby. I'm doing good. Alright. Alright, we're good. Okay. Alright, 7 life leech BK ring, yeah, it's something we did not too long ago there. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many Rao runes are we up to? Okay, so we have to earmark that many of them. The rubies, we're good on. Let's go. Re-rolling time. Let's get it. Yeah, we have enough of those, so we're fine. That's a whole lot of re-rolls. Alright, here we go. Lock and load, baby! Lock and load! Alright, so let's count them. Let's count them. Holy moly. Oh, shnikes. Okay. Well, we can't count them yet. I gotta get the GCs on them first. Okay, so gotta do one more transfer here because I didn't have enough room before, but now we can. Alright. Yeah, man, I pick them up, man. I pick them up. I guess if you don't pick them up, this looks pretty insane, but just imagine all those ones you're missing, man. Alright, see what manner of craziness will happen today. I want a skiller with 41 plus life. That is the goal. We didn't get it last time, even with like 1700 rerolls, which I felt like was a bit unlucky. We did get a lot of 30 plus lifers, some really good ones though, so that kind of made up for it last time. Yeah, we found this 28 one yesterday. Looks like it was reroll, but it was actually found in Throne of Insanity. Okay, so yeah, my P-combs are looking pretty beastly now. I know if anyone has a 10 FCR Haas, by the way. Still trying to see if I can do a major upgrade to my my Paladino. You don't play as much as me? Well, yeah, I'm always here.
I can't carry anymore.
Duh. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're all level 91, level 92. There we go. Alright, so the way this works is every time we roll it, it's going to consume 3 PGems. You can actually stack the whole cube full of them if you want. First, let's count though. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650. Alright, 650 is 13, so that makes sense. 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000, 1,050, 1,100, 1,150, 1,200, 1,250, 1,300. And And then if you count these up, it's over 1,350. And we get pretty close actually to 1,400 PGems. Alright. GG. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Nah, dude, Simon, it's not worth it, man. It's so hard to even roll something halfway decent on this. Matt checks out. Alright, let me know if anyone else has any PGems, by the way, they can spare in case they want to keep feeding the addiction. Some members of the chat fed it last time, but we'll see what happens despite that. Alright, let's get it. 1,400 PGems. Reroll session. Get it. I know using amethysts and rubies is not always a good idea, but for me, I don't sell them anyway. And if I use up all the spares for blood rings and Caster Ammys, I'm not gonna use them. So 45 lifer, here we come. All right, so we're just gonna keep pressing it. That's actually okay. Let's see how good we can make them. Let's see if we can make all of them pretty good. So we're gonna keep pressing it until we get like a... Ooh, AR life. Damn. 42 life, 88 AR. It's already pretty decent there. 40 lifer? Okay. It's gotta have a skill though. So most of the time, obviously, you know, most GCs, if you just pick them up anywhere, you know they're trash. But it's all about that RNG. Alright. Decent. .24 life. Wow, that one was close. Had an extra stat with 32 life. Alright, we got our first skiller, Necro Summon GC. Plain. Not bad. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's one of the better ones, I would say. 41 life, 44 life. It's testing him in. It's testing it. Alright, lightning skills, second skiller. Alright. It's trying. It's gotta roll a skill with that, though. Come on. Ooh, another lightning skiller. Okay. Woo! Hello! Winner, winner, chicken dinner! First big winner. 26 life P&B GC. Woo! Woo! Let's go. That's a solid. Not only is that one of the best skills you can roll, but also rolled a pretty solid amount of life. 25 plus lifer. Let's get it. Alright, you see why rerolling is beautiful, chat? Alright. Just remember. Alright, so let's keep going. Now we're stopping on that one for sure. That one's not getting re-rolled 100%. Oh, that's actually nice. Okay, I'll keep it for now. 14 all res. Okay, that's pretty solid. Not bad, yeah. All res GCs are always nice, even if they don't like come with an additional stat. Last time he rolled my my 15 all res 26 lifer that I have though. Last time I did this. 43 life. 41 life. It's tinkering with it, chat. It's tinkering. 44 life. Oh man. Roll a skill, darn you. 44 again! Alright, 2.43 gigawatts. Not enough. 42 life. 44 life. Okay, this one's not rolling anything for a while here. But it got close many times. Oh, hello. 5 max damage, 44 AR, 42 life. Okay. I mean, it's not 10 max damage, but I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's pretty solid, to be honest. Like, that's pretty solid. Fine Grand Charm of Vita. Level 15 was. That's really nice, actually. That's what I was talking about, by the way. You'd roll it? Really? I don't know. It's a nice melee GC. 42 life up. It's not bad. Meh, low AR. It's not that low. AR on GCs, if it rolls max damage, can only get to 76, so don't get ahead of yourselves, chat. 9 maxer? No, I'd say that's not going to qualify. Don't really care about that. 41 life 2MF. 41 life plane. Oh my god, come on. Come on, dude! You know you want it. 43 life. Some people get really lucky with those 40 plus life skillers, I gotta say. I haven't had the craziest luck on that particular GC yet. It's pretty nice, actually. But we'll probably get something better. Alright, here we go. Reload, reload. Future Real has some insane luck. Some people do. Ooh, another lightning GC. Damn. Okay. Lightning GCs are real. Holy crap. Gear up a whole lightning sword today. The GCs. Future Real does tend to roll some pretty insane GCs, it's true. I mean, I rolled some pretty insane ones last time. Oh, no. 22 life Barb Combat. Okay, I'll hold on to it for now, but it's probably getting thrown in the wood chipper. We did roll a 28 life P-Comb yesterday, so. Okay. I don't want it moving. If it moves, it makes it hard to see what it is. Obviously, it's going to start happening at some point anyway. Curses and Necromancer, okay. Oh, that is a beast right there. 7 faster run walk. 10 maximum damage. 72 AR. That is best in slot right there for Bozone right there. That's really good. Alright, so that one's really good. Let's put the really good ones to the side here so I don't mess with them. I actually consider a 42 life, 5 max decent AR charm to be pretty GG. The rest of these are just kind of whatever. Okay, let's keep rolling the really trash ones first, though. I'm gonna prioritize that. Wow, that's a nice one. Roll over it! No! 45 life GC. Oh my goodness, come on, bro. I want one! 140 plus life skiller, man. That's it. Oh, passive GC, I'm definitely not. Alright, 13 all res, okay. Definitely makes you think twice about that one. 41 life, 38 life. Uh, 29. Ooh. Nah. Ooh.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken.
Another AR super life GC. Alright, so I think we're out of like semi-trashy ones. Yeah, okay, so I guess we have to re-roll some of the like not amazing ones now. Ooh, martial arts skiller, okay. Alright, martial arts skillers definitely get some preferential treatment here. Let's go with that one. That one's not too good. 45 life, 1 minimum damage. Come on, man. Ah. Where is it, man? I just want 1, dude. What's up, buffs, please? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Cult of Xana Day. This is what slot machine gambling looks like, okay? Oh my goodness. Oh, man. Oh! 11 life lightning skiller. What is with the lightning skillers? Holy crap. Alright, there's another lifer, though. Alright. That's not bad. Alright, so how are we doing on... looks like we're gonna have to start tossing some of these in there. Okay. 43. Oh, another beacon. Barbed combat. $41 life. Starting to run out of PGems, maybe. That one enough GC. 42! Oh my goodness. Oh! Wow, that is actually a perfect GC, chat. Look at that. 1 cold skills, 40 gold fine. That is actually 100% perfect GC. Interesting. What do we prioritize getting rid of now? I guess the plain curse skiller, huh? Maybe. 9. I don't know, man. Those AR Ultra Life GCs are actually pretty good. Trap skiller, okay. That's one of the best plane skillers you can get. Getting some solid plane skillers now. Well, this one's 40 gold fine, but yeah. Too many lightning GCs? I don't know. I'm gonna say too many lightning GCs. Let's go for something else. Come on. 45 life skill. Another curse skiller. Rip. All res GC. Yeah. That's a good one, yeah. All res GCs are pretty solid. Come on, roll. Masteries, Barb. Ugh. Alright, summon Necro. Another plane to summon Necro. Now what to sacrifice? I don't know, these really high ER life GCs are actually not bad. Which one should we sacrifice, chat? Problem is we only have 50 PGems. Wow, holy crap. Dude, if this doesn't show you how hard it is to roll the 40 plus skiller, then you should. You sold a 1076.43 for almost your entire Sork setup. I didn't get anything that crazy, but I do have a 40 though. I actually have a 40 I found off the ground. I didn't get a 43 though. Another plain lightning skiller. Just gonna bully the plain lightning skillers a bit. I guess so. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say really. Come on, we only got 43 life. What the heck is that? 23? Okay, fire skiller. Alright. So, plain lightning skiller turns into a fire skiller. I don't know. How many PGems have you used though, Alos? That's the question. See, I'm up to almost 3,000 PGems, and I haven't rolled a single 41 to 45 skill lifer. Not even a bad one yet, which is actually kind of interesting. How many PGems? You haven't used 3,000, that's for sure. Oh my god. Okay, maybe my RNG is just really bad. God damn it. I just wanted one.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Beacomb lifer. You know what? Beacomb lifer is garbage. Stop rolling, they're all good. No! This one's not good. It's trash. Ha! Ha ha ha! Boom! With just 2 rolls to go! 2 rolls to go! 2 rolls to go! Dude. 2 rolls left in the tank. 34 life P-Cone. Get it! Boom. Drop the base. Slammed. 2 rolls left in the tank, bro. 2 rolls left in the tank. Damn. Well, I'd like to thank my my talent officer, Kappa. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna reroll a random one. Let's see. Oh, wow, I got a mastery GC. Okay, it's gone. Alright. GG. Alright, aftermath of almost 1,400 PGems. 1,400 PGems. Alright, let's explain this, okay, chat? Let's explain what happened here. We had 1,400 PGems almost, and we rolled 16 Bale quality GCs. This is what happened. 34 life P-Cum with almost 1,370 PGems, 1,800 PGems already expended. We hit a god tier skiller. Alright, next up, the second best one I would say is probably this one. 26 life PNB GC. PNB GCs are worth a crap load for obvious reasons, and this is a solid amount of life. GG. That's neat. Very solid skillers. I would say the next strongest one is probably this one. 7 fast run walk. 10 maximum damage, which is max. Fast run walk, which is just max. 72 AR, which is only 4 AR off. 100% perfect. That is insane GC for sure. Depending on what you think about this GC's got maximum damage. It has 42 life, maximum damage, and AR. That is a really solid GC. Like, that is a really solid GC. I think that GC is pretty insane. If it rolled just 5 more maximum damage, it would have been bonkers, and then it would have gotten even more AR. But overall, pretty solid. 11 life lightning skiller. Yeah, we've got another life. I think we got 3 lifer skillers in total. So that's the 3. Lightning 11, 34 P-Comb, 26 PNB. Not bad. Alright, and then we have a whole bunch of skillers. 1 Marshall that we didn't reroll. One lightning that we didn't reroll. We rerolled the other 2 plain lightnings though. Fire, which is a pretty solid skill. Summon Necro, another Summon Necro, those are nice. 40 Gold Fine Cold Skiller, that's really nice. Really nice, actually. You might argue that might actually be the 6th best GC in some ways. Trap Skiller, which is the most valuable plain skiller here, for sure. 14 All Resistances GC. That is something not to be underestimated. That fast run walk GC is worth more than the 2 skillers. Is it though? You think this GC is actually... How much do you think this would sell for, Elos? So you think this is the best GC I rolled, period? I mean, arguably it's... it's top 3 for sure. I'm not sure, man. I mean, these other 2 are worth a ton, so I'm not sure how much this is worth. I have no idea. It might be worth a ton as well. The top 3 is looking like really solid. Like those top 3 are like insane. And we have another 13 all res GC. 44 life, 77 AR GC. Which AR and life are solid. Like if you're looking for a solid amount of AR to kill Ubers with and life on top of it, these are nice GCs. Like 42 life, 88 AR, and 77 AR, 44 life. Those are very nice. Overall, though, pretty solid. I would say kind of like with the rings, it could have been better, but it could have been worse. Getting 2 insanely solid lifers, getting another lifer on top of that, and getting an insanely godly melee GC, that's pretty tough stuff to beat, really. I think everyone's saying it could be worth like a burr. I don't know. That's pretty crazy if you ask me, but hey, you know, maybe this is the order. I don't know. Maybe this is the correct order. I have no idea. Heck, maybe it's even this order because P and B GCs are more in demand typically than PGem, so I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, they're both pretty high demand typically, but yeah, I don't know. Alright, anyway, no idea. 11 life, Lightning GC. Anyway, chat. Pretty solid session in general. We had 3 40+ lifers that are kind of good. These have pretty decent AR, not super high AR, but they have decent AR. And this one has okay AR considering that its max damage is kind of low, but it also has 42 life. So, no 41+ life skillers though. No 41+ life skillers, again. We have now used over 3,000 confirmed, 3,100 PGems maybe, and haven't seen a single 41 life skiller, even a trash one, not even like a passive GC. Normally, when I roll them on vanilla, or just roll them period, usually we can get at least one of those in about 1,000 to 1,500 PGems. So the fact that we've rolled almost over 3,000 and haven't seen one is actually kind of strange. That being said, though, we've seen lots of 30 lifers. This isn't the first GG PNB lifer we've gotten re-rolling, so I've had really good RNG re-rolling for PNB lifers. We've also seen like a really high 30 life fire GC. We've seen, I think this is the first PGem that rolled like that. I think we've also seen like an insane lightning skiller once, and there's a couple other pretty insane ones too. I don't remember from last time. And then I don't know if we ever got any melee GCs that insane though. This insane? Probably not. This is like best in slot for a boson, like 100%. So I imagine that's actually worth a lot. I have no idea. I'm probably gonna use it for my own boson though, so we're not gonna worry about selling that. But chat is saying it's worth a lot, so that's cool. And GG. All right, GG chat, GG YouTube. Over 300 blood rings by the time we were done with it. They all got slammed. We crafted them all. We had GG ones. I'm just going to hover over the aftermath again real quick so you can see what happened after re-rolling with almost 1,400 PGems, over 300 blood rings crafted. 58 of them were slammed because they're good enough. And then we did it all. That was a crazy session, man. And honestly, some of these items are pretty bonkers. So you're probably going to see these items in some of my builds. You might see me sell some other items to replace them. But overall, GG stuff. Remember, you guys can always catch me at www.twitch.tv/dark humility. I usually stream Diablo 2 7 days a week. We do all kinds of variety, awesome Diablo 2 content. We do it all in here. Every build, every character, every manner of playing the game. That's what we do. Hope you guys enjoyed this awesome stuff. We will be back for another craft session pretty soon because I have 250 Rerolls and perfect amethysts built up. So we still have more perfect amethysts I didn't use today. And we're going to do amulets again. And amulets always have tons of potential. Gambling them, of course, as well. Maybe getting some +4s as well just from gambling them off Geed. But GG. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Make sure to check out our PD2 guide section as well. We're going to make a new guide as well as today on the Poison Necro coming up. Alright, Dark Humility over and out. Let's go. See you guys later.